Hello, my intentional friends. Happy new week. It is Monday, I'm pretty sure, so that's always great news. Mondays are the best, right? Right. This week we're going to be talking about your storage room and storing all the stuff. Now, if you're like me, you have a bunch of extra food that you're figuring out where to put. So we are going to touch on that in a minute, but first let's talk about your actual storage room. A lot of us have rooms that are dedicated just to storage, right? And we always have storage needs, even if we don't have a storage room per se. So let's talk about what the purpose of a storage room is, because if we don't understand why we're storing things, then we're just using stuff without thinking about it, which is not intentional. So the intentional storage room, the purpose is to hold your life props that you aren't needing to use in the moment. They're holding the props to your life that are for a different scene. If your life was a play, this is backstage, right? So I don't know if anybody has ever been in a play. Okay, I know that lots of you have been in a play. Bad question. When you're backstage, sometimes the prop situation can get out of hand. I danced in college, and we'd go on tours and have all of our props, and everybody had a specific spot for their props that you had set, and the rule was, do not touch somebody else's props, because it's going to come a time in the show when they run backstage knowing where their prop is and it's not going to be there. So it didn't matter if it was messy, it didn't matter, whatever, you just don't touch anything, okay? And so, not that you don't want to touch anything in your storage room, but you want your storage room to feel as deliberate as we set our props backstage to store these life props. This is like your Christmas decorations. These are the things that are super important to you that you've decided to hold on to and keep because they're a piece of you, right? Everybody has this stuff. But we also fall into the trap of storing garbage. We do. Stuff that we're never going to revisit, stuff that doesn't make us happy, stuff that actually makes us sad. Like, be honest with me right now. How many clothes do you have that don't actually fit you stored somewhere in your house? Get rid of them. Nobody needs to store garbage. You're not using it, right? It's not a prop for you. It's just a reminder of something that's irrelevant right now, okay? So here are the things that you want to think about with your storage room and the things that you are storing. First, your storage spaces need to be accessible. We know this, but how many of us have storage rooms piled high with junk that you can't even get to? Me. Right now we are living with my mom in my mom's house. So we have added an extra layer of storage to her storage room, which was very organized before we got here. So my goal this week is to go through my storage room, and I am going to challenge you to go through your storage as well and clear through the clutter and put stuff where it can be seen and you know what it is. You know what it is and you know where it is and you can get to it. Okay? So that's what you need out of your storage room in order for it to function perfectly. Now, the interesting thing about a storage room, though, and about every room in an intentional house is that it has a cycle. And so we're going to go through this cycle with the storage room, okay? So you have an ideal or a visionary element, a state of being, state of idealness that is a storage room. This is everything is accessible, everything is organized, you know exactly where it is and how to get to it, right? This is the top of our intentional connection circle with our homes. Then as we go down the circle, this is where we're using the things. This is where you're getting out Christmas. This is where your kid sizes up and you have some extra clothes from previous children or whatever that you've been storing and you need to access them. You're you're interacting with this space and it's awesome. Usually this is a really fun place to be. This is when you enjoy all the work you've done to keep an ideal state. Okay? And as you go down the circle, then at the bottom, this is where we hit the messy territory. This is where you feel a sense of unease or like something is kind of triggering you to be like, this is a little bit uncomfortable. This might be an obstacle. And this is when your storage room is messy. Okay, and then as you keep going around the circle, you come over here and you need to reconcile, you need to repair, you need to grow, you need to adapt and ask yourself a couple of key questions in order to progress in a healthy way back up to where you're more in alignment with your vision. So let's go through this circle specifically with your storage room. So you can use your storage room. It's perfect. It's ideal. It's the vision. It's bins that are labeled. You know where everything is. HGTV is banging on your door. Like, can we take pictures of your storage room? Awesome. And then Christmas comes and you're like, where is my stuff? Easter. It's right around the corner right now. You're like, Easter baskets. I think I had some of those at some point. Okay, you can find them. Great. You're using your space. It's working for you. And then you come to the bottom and you're like, I've looked in every single bin, this place is trash, or it's been a year since I've even looked in here, I am in a mess, I'm feeling uncomfortable, I'm gonna breathe, because messes communicate. So what is your storage room telling you? What do you need to know from what your storage room is telling you? Is it telling you you have too much stuff? Is it telling you that it's overwhelming to keep track of things that you don't use? Is it telling you, oh, we need to slow down a little bit so we can keep our stuff organized in a way that makes us happy and we can use? Or, well, and what's one little thing that I can change? When I listen to this discomfort, what's one little thing that I can change? And this helps you grow. This helps you become better. So for me with my storage room right now, again, it's a mess. I'm entering the circle in the mess point, and I don't love it. I don't love those feelings of discomfort. But what my storage room is telling me is that I would like a system. And I don't need a system. I'm not going to should myself into making a system, but I want to know what I have and to get rid of the stuff that I don't. It's not worth my time or my energy to store things in a pile that is just a mental and emotional exhaustion. So I am choosing this week to go through my stuff, and I encourage you to as well. Get some bins or not, just make it a little bit more organized for myself and for my family and for my mom while we're living with her, so that as I approach this ideal of being easy to use, I can do it and I can feel good about it. Never feel bad about the messes that you made. If you ever feel that, like, I don't love this feeling, it's just your house talking to you. You're just listening. So listen up. What is your storage room telling you today? And what's one change that you can make? Join me. Let's clean our storage rooms, and let's find some fun spots for our food storage as well. Talk to you soon.